one of our national poets, Tagore, who returned his Nobel Prize for Literature because of the war. He gave it back and said, I will not receive this prize till war stopped. He wrote a beautiful essay. And he was talking about Indian civilization and saying the reason Indian civilization is as democratic and free as it is because we have seen the forest as the highest level of civilization. We haven't seen mortar and concrete as the highest expression of culture. For us, the highest culture is the forest. And that is why we called ourselves the Aranya Sanskriti. Aranya is the forest, the sacred forest. And to learn from the forest how to live is to be the highest kind of human being and society you can be. The beauty of the forest is that tiny shrub at the bottom, all the microorganisms in the humus, the giant trees that reach the top have equal standing. In diversity, democracy thrives. In that diversity, freedom thrives. And another very simple lesson of democracy. You know, when the bombs were dropped on Iraq, it was Operation Iraqi Freedom. It was about bringing democracy to Iraq. The humble tree tells you, freedom grows from the bottom up, not from the top down. So as we live in the midst of the legacy of carbon pollution from fossil fuels, the future of climate chaos, the jugglery with biofuels that are destroying the remaining forests and farms and taking food away from the hungry, what we need is that democracy from the bottom up, both for the trees and the human beings who learn from the trees how to be free. For me, our sacred duty today is to first and foremost protect life ferociously wherever it is. The diversity on our farms and the diversity in our forests. And as we said in the last speech, if we know that something we are consuming has caused harm somewhere, it has caused damage to the atmosphere or the soil of the forest, we have a duty to say, I will not participate in this destruction. It needs an effort. It means you to build an alternative. But I can tell you, I've done this 35 years. Everything that takes effort brings you satisfaction. The careless route leaves you dissatisfied and more imprisoned and locked into situations you wish you weren't in. And therefore, make the effort to join this 100 million tree campaign. It will take an effort on everyone's parts. Those who take the shovels and sow the seeds and put the saplings. Those who make a contribution to make this happen. But I also believe that if we have to really seriously treat the trees and the forests as our teachers, we must stop treating the fossil fuel model of industrialization as the model of human progress. We will have to move away from it. We will have to contract our demands on the planet's resources while we expand our consciousness and we enrich the planet but in biodiversity terms. The wonderful thing is energy contraction and biodiversity enlargement can go hand in hand, and the biodiversity enlargement can lead to a better life for the planet, for the people of the North and people of the South. And it's this new solidarity that the earth is calling us to make, a solidarity in which we are all part of one family, one undivided family, which breathes the same air, drinks the same water. And no matter how many languages we speak in, I want to thank the interpreters for helping me communicate here, Ultimately, as earthlings, as children of Gaia, we are one species, and not just one as a human species, we are one with the trees. And I'd like to end with a wonderful manifesto that Guillermo shared with me last night at dinner. It's from a manifesto of design, and the final paragraph is, I am a tree. We don't need more products, we need trees. Become a tree, behave like a tree, design trees. Trees work with the sun, provide soil, water and fresh air, that wonderful Chico slogan, in total harmony with their surroundings. Everything they produce is food for the earth, animals and human beings. They do not generate waste. Trees are spiritual beings. They are the link between heaven and earth. They are the image for peace. The tree is a model for the next industrial revolution. It's a peaceful revolution led by the teachers, designers and craftspeople who will sow the seeds of freedom, of hope, of peace and life. And I'm so glad that instead of doing just some fictitious carbon trading on Wall Street, this group decided to plant real trees. Thank you.